Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm your host, James. Alongside me, always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
And we welcome you to all join us on this epic journey as we all become legend of the nerds. Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
How are you?
Well, doing better.
Doing better?
It's a beautiful day out.
It is a beautiful day. Not muggy at all.
No.
It feels nice.
Well, it was in the truck, though, because the windows were all up when I hopped into it to come up here. So I had to crank the AC up a little bit.
Yeah, we all did that, yeah.
But other than that, it was a beautiful weekend out, too, for 4th of July weekend here.
Also, I heard a beautiful weekend for some Pokemon hunting for you.
Yes. Yes. I am taking advantage of the all these new updates.
Yeah.
I mean, I had nothing to do this weekend.
No,
I'm jobless right now.
Until school comes back, right?
I'm hoping not. I don't want to wait 2-3 more months to get a job.
Right.
I want to get something going. Yeah, but it was nice out. You go to the park, you try out these the new raids that are going on.
Yep.
So you battle in a raid, and you have a chance to catch a semi-rare Pokemon at the end. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, the updates have really boosted up the stocks of Nintendo again, huh?
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I was mentioning this earlier. We might add in a new topic, a little things to talk about. Maybe we'll call it Go Talk, because there is so many things that are coming to Pokemon Go with the 1-year anniversary right around the corner. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll talk about that next time.
Well, we always talk about Go, so we might as well, right?
Might as well, because like I said on a previous show, we came up with a new semi-small topic. We still have some Flareoverse stuff, but it's not as big. Flareoverse is one of those big topics, and it's not coming back till the fall. So we have TV talk, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to go on, and also that's happening on TV too. So that's another topic.
Absolutely is.
So, but other than that,
that's all for you, huh?
Yeah. What about you? Anything? You had you actually recently just got hired.
I did. Yep.
And you had training going on
in Rutland,
Vermont.
Rutland.
So you were down there for 4 days.
Rutland.
You were telling me about this. It was kind of boring.
Being away from the family and stuff, I'm not used to that as much.
Well, my thought was it was nice in the beginning, but then it was nice to probably get home.
It was.
So
the training went fine. So I got paid a hotel stay and stuff like that. So it was nice. Mm-hmm. The training went well. I learned what I need to do to get the job done.
Did you have any room service come up or order people to bring you food?
I did have a pizza delivery.
Okay, there you go.
I did have a pizza delivery.
You always have to. If you stay at a hotel, you have to have a pizza delivered.
Yeah.
My parents, I gotta give them a shout out. Yesterday was their 12-year wedding anniversary, so they went up to Maine for the weekend, and stayed with some family on their cabin on the lake. And then last night, Sunday night, they stayed in a hotel somewheres for the rest of their time up there, and that's what they had for dinner. But they had it. I got a phone call from them. It was 11:30 at night, and they were ordering dinner. I'm like, it's time to go to bed. Not dinner time for me, but it all depends on what. I mean, you have so much going on in the day, and that's what time they got to the hotel. So
I find when you're at a hotel, ready to order pizza, I always go for like a mom and pop pizza store.
Yep.
Nothing like any big name box stores.
Well, I think it all depends on too where you are.
Yeah.
If you're in a smaller place that's open that late, you have to go with what's open.
Yeah.
So.
But for me, I went for a mom and pop store, and it was good pizza.
That's good.
It's good stuff.
That's good. But enough of the chitter chatter. We have a huge show.
Yeah, we do. We have two big things I want to really talk about. We'll get those later on. But we got some wrestling news though right now.
Oh, I have so much wrestling news.
Yeah, I figured that because we just had Money in the Bank. I finally got to watch Raw and SmackDown last week, so that was kind of exciting.
There was also another big pay-per-view show that happened, not in WWE.
Oh, yes.
Slammiversary for TNA. It is their SummerSlam. So I'll go over that whenever too. But you mentioned something. You got to finally watch Raw and SmackDown.
I did.
When you were in Rutland. How did it feel watching Raw and SmackDown after not watching it for the last, year or two?
Raw is
kind of exciting?
Raw is still way too long.
Okay. Yes, Raw with a 3-hour show.
It is still way too long.
Okay.
But it felt good to sit down with a pizza on a Monday night and watch the Monday Night Raw.
Kind of brings back the memories.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. I feel like you don't get to experience how well SmackDown, I think, is clobbering Raw in the ratings, because you don't, even before you didn't watch SmackDown every night.
No.
Too. But SmackDown, from what I've been told, is doing so much better than Raw right now. And I find that it's a lot to do with Shane McMahon and how he handles the show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's ratings right there.
He is ratings, yep. It has a lot to do with the writers in the writing room, you know? Mm-hmm. You have different writers on Raw and you have different writers on SmackDown.
Plus, I feel SmackDown has a better roster than Raw does. SmackDown has a better roster than Raw, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
But getting to that, you want to get to the basics of the wrestling talk.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, Monday Night Raw, you mentioned you watched. The biggest thing in Raw right now the last 2 weeks is the Samoa Joe-Brock Lesnar feud. I've sent you got to watch last week's where Joe choked out Lesnar. It looked like his head was about to pop off. It was so bright red.
Yep.
Loved that. And you have Braun Strowman returning. Throwing Roman Reigns into a ambulance. They will have an ambulance match at Great Balls of Fire.
Yes, they will.
And the week before that, though, with the Samoa Joe Brock Lesnar thing, and I sent you a video, I don't know if you got to see it, was Joe headbutting Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing that came to my mind was TNA when Kurt Angle showed up and headbutted Joe.
Right.
Because, Angle being the general manager of Raw now, all I could think of is they're probably in the back, and Angle's like, Joe, you should headbutt him like I did to you. And that's exactly what he did. It was great. Even Joe choked out Paul Heyman. I mean, coming up to him and whispering in his ear exactly what he was going to do.
Yep.
It was just hilarious. I'm loving what Joe's doing right now with the whole Lesnar thing. He's playing the heel card, but the fans like it too at the same time. And I cannot wait to see him destroy Brock Lesnar at the pay-per-view.
That's going to happen.
So, though we thought it was going to happen with Roman Reigns too at WrestleMania, and it didn't happen.
Right.
So, that's the big thing on Raw. I want to say. Oh, the other thing was one small thing is another. You and your factions. You love your factions. Titus O'Neil now has his faction. It's not just a tag team anymore. It's called Titus Worldwide. It used to be the Titus brand. He has Apollo Crews, great up and comer, and one of the better high flyers in the cruiserweight division, in Akio Tozawa, who gets the next cruiserweight title shot against Neville at Great Balls of Fire. So we'll see how Titus's little faction's going to go on. He tried to join New Day at one point, so maybe he's like, maybe I'll start my own now. So
I think you need to have a name in the company to start a faction. We'll see how well that goes.
It was called the Titus brand. Now it's Titus Worldwide.
Yeah.
The other big news out of Raw, it breaks your heart, I think, and that's the whole Enzo Amore and Big Cass splitting up.
Yeah.
It came to find out that it was Cass who was attacking Enzo in the back, and he big boots him in the ring, basically. I mean, and hard. Enzo took it like a champ. And Cass basically was talking about how Enzo, his mouth runs constantly, and it's cashing checks that it can't pay and all that. I don't know the whole saying. And Enzo's holding him back. That's the reason why they're not tag champs. I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't think it happened this early. I mean, they haven't even been on the main roster for a year yet. Your thoughts on a tag team that you were really enjoying now splitting?
It's going to go a couple different ways, Andy. You're going to look at either Enzo or Big Cass getting released from the company.
Okay.
Or you're going to see Big Cass getting a big push for the heavyweight championship, and Enzo getting a big push for the cruiserweight.
That's how I'm hoping it starts to split up.
I kind of have a feeling you're going to see Enzo
getting cut.
Getting cut.
Yeah, see, when Enzo had gotten hurt in NXT and he was out for a year, he had like a broken leg. They pushed Big Cass hard, and he was doing really, really good as a solo wrestler. He has the talent to be something great someday. So I just don't like the whole heel Big Cass thing.
Yeah, that's because he's new to it. He hasn't really done much with healing yet.
We'll see. I mean, it could work. Neville was a great face, and he's become a great heel too.
Yep.
So
that's because he changed his entire look.
Yeah, true.
So
the gimmick as the king of the cruiserweights.
That's the way to do it. I mean, if you're gonna be a heel, and you wore a face, either change your entire look,
which they have.
Don't do it at all.
Which they haven't yet. He still comes out to the the big cast Enzo music
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Moving on to Money in the Bank. We watched this, and we actually enjoyed it. I think it was actually pretty decent. I mean, the first match was the women's Money in the Bank match,
Yep.
which wasn't that bad.
No.
They actually did for women that aren't used to wrestling in a ladder match and a 5-women ladder match. They did a pretty good job for the very first one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there were things that could have been better, but give them props. So, unfortunately, if you didn't watch it, Carmella won. Technically, can you say James Ellsworth won?
No.
So,
I mean, the rules are pretty cut and dry.
the rules are it's the first competitor to have solid control of the contract. Because we've seen where people have, in previous ladder matches and over the years, have not held on to the title and they've fallen into someone else's hands before and stuff like that.
So the rule is that you have to hold it for 3 seconds or more.
Yeah. So what it is James Ellsworth knocks Becky Lynch. He tips the ladder with her at the top of it, climbs up the ladder, gets the briefcase, and drops it into Carmella's lap. She becomes the Miss Money in the Bank. I like what Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon did. Yes, the rules state that it can happen, and Carmella's also shown in the past other people helping people. Kane put Seth Rollins on his shoulders the year Seth won, and Seth got that. But to me, when she was bringing those up, that person who won still got the contract themselves. Somebody didn't physically go up there and hand it to him. And I like what Daniel Bryan said. This is the very first time we've ever seen this match. We don't want it to end in controversy like this. So the following SmackDown, they have the match over again, which I'll get to. So we had that match. We had the Usos walking out on New Day. It was a good match, and I hated the way it ended.
Of course.
Just walking out to a count out. We had... I have them written down here. Naomi beat Lana. Lana actually didn't look as bad as I thought. She pulled out some decent moves. We had Jinder Mahal over Randy Orton. Basically the same thing that happened at the pay-per-view before. Jinder did nothing. It was the Singh brothers. Then Jinder hits his finishing move. And it just irritates me so much that he's still the champ. Is he in Orton's head, though? Because they're playing to Orton's weaknesses. They play to the Singh brothers attacked his father.
Yep.
The one before that, the Singh brothers get involved, so now Orton goes after them instead, not focusing on Jinder. Is he in his head? Is Orton going to win the title back from him?
I think he's going to, because I think Shane on Tuesday night really said something to Orton.
Yep.
Make him rethink.
Which I'm getting into.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Okay. So there were some other matches, but I'm just going over the big ones.
Yeah.
Then we have the men's Money in the Bank. I think, didn't you say you thought Shinsuke was probably going to win that match? Or Kevin Owens or something like that?
I was going for Kevin Owens on this one.
Well, because Shinsuke comes second to last out, and Baron Corbin comes out and attacks him. He's not in the match the entire time.
Nope.
So you'd think, and that's what happens, they then come out with like 5 minutes left, and usually that person then wins the match.
Yeah.
I really didn't want that to happen. It's like, it was a decent match, and I don't want it. Oh my God, here comes Shinsuke, and he dominates everybody because he's now fresh and wins it. That's not what happened, but unfortunately something worse happened, and that was Baron Corbin actually picking up the victory. I don't see...
What is it about Baron Corbin you do not like?
He's still green. I hate it when they promote somebody from NXT way too early. Nia Jax, way too early. Dana Brooke, way too early. Baron Corbin, too early. There's some others that are the Revival I don't think should be on.
He's showing some skill in that ring, though.
Some, but not enough where you're going to give him a Money in the Bank. Yes, I understand Money in the Bank contracts now. It's official. There's been 2 people, John Cena and Damian Sandow, who cashed it in and didn't win the title, so it's not an automatic thing anymore. But I don't see the push. I hate it when the company pushes somebody this early in their career. Why? When there's so many other people that are well deserving. I know you didn't want to see AJ Styles win, but I would have loved to see a Sami Zayn win. What's your problem with Sami Zayn?
I don't like his ring attire. I don't like his ring attitude. I don't like his
Okay,
wrestling style.
Okay, but he's shown that he is a great competitor in the ring. And deserves to be.
He does have some moves, yeah. But
better than Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I'll give you that, yeah.
I think they're pushing him way too fast.
I think I think Baron Corbin would have perfect that if Triple H took him aside, looked at his gimmick, and redid it. It's his gimmick that I have a problem with.
Because
it just doesn't. It's just another Sheamus back in the day.
Because
that's all it is.
Because I see 4 other guys in that match that I think deserved it more than Baron Corbin. Shinsuke's not on that list. I think he's only had like five matches. What's he deserve a title shot right now for? Dolph Ziggler deserves it. Is the number 1 on that list. Dolph Ziggler.
Absolutely.
AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. One of those 4 should have won it.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler, though, number 1.
But, I mean, let's give W we at least wasn't predictable.
No.
For once.
That's SmackDown. That is SmackDown.
We went into this match, and we didn't know who was going to win. You know, we both went into this match saying, Baron Corbin is not going to win this match at all. Mm-hmm. We both said that, and he ended up winning it.
Grade for Money in the Bank, though.
I get a C+.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gave it an A-.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Better than what we've been seeing lately since WrestleMania.
Right.
Moving on, though, to SmackDown, like I said. So Daniel Bryan announces that they're going to restart the match, which is what I really wanted to see happen. And my thought was Becky Lynch is going to win this match because she's going to get payback for what happened. She deserved to win that match. She was at the top of the ladder. Ellsworth gets banned from the arena, but comes through the audience and climbs the ladder, and Carmella's sitting there again, right at the bottom of it, waiting for it. And Becky comes out and gets revenge on Ellsworth, tips the ladder, and unfortunately he gets
hung up.
He gets his boys split. Yep. Great payback. Becky tries to climb the ladder, but then Carmella gets up there, gets the contract first. So she's still Miss Money in the Bank. Again, another person I don't feel like deserves to be the very first Miss Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. Every other one of those women wrestlers deserved it way more than her.
Do you think this briefcase allow her to push her wrestling skills forward now?
Not until.
Or do you think Carmella's going to be still just a whiny girl who can't
wrestle?
Wrestle?
Especially with Ellsworth. I hate it when you have a manager outside that gets involved all the time because I feel like your wrestling charisma and style goes down the drain. Dolph Ziggler, all that time he had Vicky Guerrero look like crap.
Yeah.
Because it's the manager who makes them try to look better. So Paul Heyman's the only one that really doesn't get involved that much.
No.
So unfortunately, she's still Miss Money in the Bank. Tamina, I really wanted Tamina or Natalya to win, and Tamina came very, very close. The funny thing that happened was, what was it? They were holding the ladder on Carmella straight up. They refolded it, so she was balancing on it, almost trying to hang from the briefcase. And it actually did happen at Money in the Bank. I totally forgot. AJ Styles hung from the briefcase.
Yeah.
They took the ladder away from it, and he's just hanging there, trying to hold on to the rope with one hand and untangle the briefcase with the other.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he's used to doing this in TNA, took a face plant right onto the mat.
Yep.
That's a good 20 feet drop.
Uh-huh.
And he took it. So, anything you'd like to add before moving on that you saw from anything?
No, we're good.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention the big thing from SmackDown. Yes. Orton comes out, holds up the show. Shane comes out. Orton demands a rematch again for his world title. Shane gives it to him but saying that Jinder gets to choose the match. Jinder chooses a Punjabi prison match, which there's only been 2. Great Khali's been in both of them, and we haven't seen one in probably 10 years. Yeah. I am so excited to be able to watch this match again. If you don't know what a Pujami prison match is, it's like a steel cage, but it's made with bamboo. And it's a cage within a cage. So you have to get out of one cage to then get out another cage, which is bigger.
Yep.
It is very exciting, and bamboo hurts. If you have not felt bamboo, it hurts.
Bamboo hurts.
So I'm excited for Battleground, which will be at the end of July. Battleground is July 23rd. Can't wait to watch that. And then this Sunday, July 9th, is Great Balls of Fire, which the only reason I want to watch this is for to see Brock Lesnar get just beat down. So bad. So moving on, Lucha Underground. I always talk about great. Their big thing right now is the Cueto Cup, which is a 32-man bracket-style elimination tournament.
Okay.
This has been an amazing bracket championship. Whoever wins becomes the number one contender at Ultima Lucha, which is their WrestleMania, and will face the winner of the Rey Mysterio Johnny Mundo match, which I cannot wait to watch those two go at it for the world title. It's just amazing. TNA, I'll move really quick through it. Slammiversary happened last night.
It did.
It's their second biggest show compared to Bound for Glory. Here's what happened. Alberto El Patron beat Lashley. He is the new world champion.
Which is crap, right?
Yes. I don't like heel Lashley, but I'd rather see Lashley. I hate Alberto more. You had JB and Joseph Park, who then turned back to Abyss, beat Scott Steiner and Josh Matthews in a no DQ match. Abyss turned back into him because Father Mitchell, do you remember in early TNA, Abyss came out with his manager. It was this reverend guy in dark clothing and stuff. He returned and gave Abyss back his mask. And Abyss brings out the thumbtacks and everything. It was great. Shark Boy even returned for this match and was helping JB out.
Really?
JB and Josh Matthews are wrestling in a pool, and you see this fin coming at them in the water, and it's Shark Boy.
That's fantastic.
It was great. But they won. Abyss put Josh Matthews, Black Hole slammed him in through thumbtacks, and then JB frog splashes onto Josh Matthews, who's on the thumbtack, so he gets slammed into it twice. JB, though, went hands down.
Oh.
So he picks up his hands, and they're just all silver. I'm like, you went down the wrong way. That's why.
Yep.
You had EC3 beat James Storm in the strap match.
Awesome.
So, yeah. You had Sienna beat Rosemary for the women's title. You don't even know who those are. I won't get into it. You had Moose and NFL running back D'Angelo Williams beat Eli Drake and what's his name? It's Adonis. It's Chris Adonis. Used to be Chris Masters. You don't know who D'Angelo Williams and Moose are. I won't get into that. You have the feud between the Wolves. This match I saw highlights of, was amazing. Eddie Edwards and his wife versus Davey Richards and his wife, Angelina Love, in a Full Metal Mayhem match. You don't see women do Full Metal Mayhem. Eddie's wife, to finish the match, there's a ladder in the middle and two tables on each side of the ladder. Eddie's wife power bombs Angelina Love off the top of the ladder through a table.
Oh, wow.
And then Eddie Edwards does a flip over one side of the ladder to the other and power bombs Davey Richards through the table for the 1, 2, 3. It was just the highlights of this match were amazing.
Crazy match, right?
Yeah. You had Sanjay Dutt beat Low-Key to retain his title in best 2 out of 3 falls match. That was the longest match of the night at almost 19 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I heard that match was amazing. Then the last match was the Fatal 4-Way for the World Tag Team titles. LAX, the champions, beat, you remember because I know you haven't watched Lucha Underground in a while, but a guy named Drago, the Dragon, and King Cuerno, who comes out with the antlers on his head. They came to TNA for this match from Lucha.
Okay.
They were tag teaming, and then there were 2 guys from Japan that came and wrestled, and then 2 other guys from TNA that you wouldn't know called Laredo Kid and Garza Jr., who are really good. LAX beat all of them. Conan then announces that a new member will be joining LAX, so I can't wait to find out more about this when TNA airs this week. They did not announce who the Hall of Fame member will be, though, which is something they do at Slammiversary.
Oh.
So I'm hoping they announce it soon, but the rumor is James Storm, which is well-deserved.
Yeah.
I always thought, I'm like, come on, Jeff Jarrett should be in there, but he went in 2015, the year Earl Hebner went in. So,
Okay.
So it went Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Earl Hebner. I forgot the Dudleys were in there somewheres, and then last year was Gail Kim. So we'll see who it is. But that is wrestling talk for me, except for I forgot John Cena returns this Tuesday night to SmackDown for 4th of July.
I heard.
And apparently he is a free agent.
I heard about that.
So we'll see. Is he going back to Raw? Is he staying on SmackDown? We'll see.
Going back to movies.
The rumor around is there may be an announcement for him versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, a match that has not happened yet. So you have the babyface of WWE the last 10 years against the babyface for the next 10 years to come. Is this turning this turning into Raw? It was Hogan versus Rock. Yep. Then it was Rock versus Cena. Yep. Now it's Cena versus Roman. Is this what it's turning into?
I think so. But Roman isn't catching on to the audience, though.
Yes, but he's getting the same reaction that John Cena gets.
It's silly.
All I know is I hate the average fan who roots for Braun, who's screaming, "Yay, Braun Strowman!" and "Nay, Roman Reigns." Roman Reigns has more talent in his pinky than Braun does in his body.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
That's wrestling talk. There was so much because we haven't been here for the last couple weeks.
It's been a while, right?
So.
I'll quickly touch up on Flash and Arrow. My thoughts. So, we talked about the season finale, where Barry Allen goes into Speed Force.
Yep.
He's stuck there, right?
Yes. Supposedly.
Supposedly, right? We can only assume that Kid Flash is going to don the red Flash suit for a while, maybe?
No.
Here's the thing, though, is that Grant Gustin, he did sign a 7-season contract with the CW.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to be in every episode. Could we possibly see Barry Allen's Avengers in the Speed Force while Kid Flash is saving the city?
I think that we're going to get exactly what some people are talking about, and that is you're going to see Flashpoint coming to life, basically, where you had Kid Flash and Iris tag teaming as a brother-sister combo to defeat crime. And I'm hoping we don't get where Flashpoint was only one episode and Barry's only in the Speed Force for one episode. I liked your idea for the first half of the season, his voice kind of thing, guiding Kid Flash along.
Yeah. I mean, with the contract, though, behind the scenes, Grant has to be in every single episode.
Well, yeah, you can show him trying to...
His face has to appear, so
yeah, you can
I'm
show him...
he's going to be, like, in the Speed Force, you know?
Yeah, you can show him trying to get out of the Speed Force or something, and figuring something out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they say in the Speed Force, it's a giant nightmare, so maybe he's there trying to defeat everybody. Maybe reliving Savitar killing Iris, a.k.a. Iris.
Maybe,
so, I mean, reliving the death of his mother or his father.
I just can't wait till the Flash comes back to see what's going to happen to that.
October.
Speaking of that, we have Arrow, too. Could we possibly be seeing Oliver training his son to be a new Archer?
Ooh, where'd you find that? Or is that just a thought in your head?
Just a thought in my head.
It's not going to happen, but it's something that is neat to think about.
Yeah.
He's not going to put another family member in jeopardy. Not after the whole blowing up of Leon Rouge and not knowing if everyone's alive.
Well, I mean, we know they're alive. I'm sure probably Deathstroke has some sort of, like, sealed bunker underneath this island or something where they all hidden.
All I know is I want to see Roy Harper come back.
That's what we need to see,
right?
I
want to see him come back as Arsenal.
Yeah.
CW, literally, you are across the pond, basically, here. Bring back Roy Harper.
Bring him back. That's what we want to see. But I wanted to touch up on those shows. My favorite shows. I love those.
Yep.
Got a new trailer that hit. Couple new trailers we want to talk about, actually.
Oh, God.
So, you wanted to bring up Inhumans.
Yes.
God, what?
This is, well, if it's the other one.
Stop giving me attitude on trying to be
if it's the other one, then, but
it's the other one.
Is the other one
But
start with J?
Yes, it does.
Can we start with that one first and move Inhumans in after?
You want to do that?
Yes, because Inhumans it's going to be on TV, and that's a good segment
Sure.
into TV talk.
Sure, we can do that if you want
So
to.
the big one that I'm talking about that starts with J is unfortunately Jumanji.
Yes.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Now-
It's called.
When you say unfortunately, when this news first came out, you were extremely excited.
Oh yes.
What happened?
The trailer's what happened. I saw exactly
happened?
what this movie's going to be. It looks like crap. I'm sorry that Rock is making a crappy movie, but
Here's what's weird, is that you never really say those words when you see a trailer. You are always so, forward with these kind of movies.
let me just ask you quickly. Is this what we're coming to for The Rock, is making crappy movies now? Baywatch, box office flop. Jumanji's going to be a box office flop.
Oh, don't forget the movie he's working on now, Rampage.
I haven't even seen the trailer for
So
that.
Rampage is based off the old video game,
Oh, God.
and it's got a...
He needs Shazam to come much faster to get to get that charisma back up.
Yeah. But you can't, the problem is that The Rock is being casted in way too many movies way too often. And that's the problem, is that Hollywood and his agent is trying to throw him in every single movie that they can, instead of being like, you know what?
No, he's already the highest
Why don't
paid
you
actor.
take a couple months off, wait for a good script to come up? You can afford it, you know?
See,
Instead,
they
just
said
throw these movies out.
is the highest paying actor at like $65 million.
Now, Jumanji, here's what this movie's about. It's no longer a board game.
Nope.
It is now a video game.
Which I didn't mind.
My issue is that throughout the trailer, there's not enough focus on winning the game, but more focus on just trying to make the movie funny. You know?
Mm-hmm.
The original Jumanji movie, it was all about get the board game, roll the dice, win the game.
And you had some comedy in there with
Yeah.
Robin Williams, which was fine.
But now it's all about the funny, and really they're kind of lost basis of what the movie should be about.
Yep.
I don't have a problem with it being a video game that it sucks video game. Fine. But move that story along, move the storyline along. Where is the point of them wanting to beat the game?
Exactly.
And not trying to make a hot chick turn into Jack Black and be funny about it.
And that's the thing. Jack Black is a comedian. He is funny, but he has shown great movies where he does serious roles. King Kong, for
Yeah.
instance. What I was hoping with this movie was after Jumanji came out, the original, they had a TV series, an animation of Jumanji,
Yep.
where it's all based on Robin Williams' character getting sucked into the game and surviving those things that come out of the game.
Yes.
That's fine. And that's what I thought this might kind of go in towards, but you are right. You saw way too much comedy and not focusing on getting out of the game.
Yeah.
What it focused on was those people going in and basically changing into the characters.
Yeah.
That's what it focused on.
Yeah, it was
And I think that is, a lot of people complained about the trailer, and I heard that the company basically said, okay, this isn't our trailer anymore.
no,
So they kind of got rid of it.
it was ridiculous.
So hopefully something better will happen.
Like they just don't release the movie. I've seen it happen before.
It comes out at a weird time, too. It's around Christmas.
Is it really?
Yeah, movies don't do well at the end of the year.
No.
Unless it's Star Wars. So, moving into TV talk, though, for the next trailer. It's Inhumans.
Yes.
Inhumans was supposed to be a movie theater movie. It was supposed to be a movie. They end up changing it into an 8-episode TV series. So this is the first TV series that'll be airing on TV that uses IMAX cameras, which is something pretty neat, I think. You're going to basically be seeing footage of a TV show, but almost looking like a movie when you go to the movie theater. I love that idea. I sent you the trailer because I know you try to focus in on the trailer and pick out things that you do and don't like. What are your thoughts on Inhumans?
I watched the trailer. I was just kind of bored with it.
Okay.
I really saw nothing. I guess my problem is that I love Marvel Studios. They're great, right?
Yep.
How much more new stuff are they going to keep throwing at our face until enough's enough?
Until the money stops coming in.
I mean,
and
they
the
already
ratings start.
tried doing the Inhuman thing on S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yes.
you know? If they continued down that path and do that, it would have been a different story, but this seems like new characters, new casting, everything with this new show, and it's like, I'm kind of sick of seeing new stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to wrap up, you know, the S.H.I.E.L.D. in Inhumans, into this new show, fantastic. Let's try that out. At least we know Daisy, you know? But it's all new stuff, and I'm getting really sick of it.
All right, so you're ready for my thought here.
Okay.
So the movie, when we having the movie, Daisy was supposed to be one of the main characters in the movie.
Yep.
I don't see her on anything for the cast of this season 1 of Inhumans. My thought is, because they're still dealing with Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They still are. My thought is, on the last episode, she's going to show up with maybe Coulson or S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's where it's going to start to intertwine for season 5 of S.H.I.E.L.D. and season 2 of Inhumans. That's my thought, how it's going to start interacting with each other. Yes, some things were a little boring, but the Inhumans are one of those Marvel Comics group where it's much different than everything we know. It's the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. They're much different than the Avengers.
Yeah.
So you have to get down and deep into it. A lot of people didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy when they first went and saw it, but it grew on to people. This could be the same thing. It's got your basic characters in Inhumans, so that's what I like. It's got like the main core of Inhumans. So I'm excited. It's only 8 episodes, so we'll see how it goes. But it's definitely something I'm going to be keeping an eye on. So we'll see.
Let me know how it is. It comes out September 29th right on ABC.
Yep. Or you can watch it September 1st in select theaters.
Selected theaters, that's absolutely correct.
Because they have, I think, I don't know if it's all going to be played all at once in theaters or what they're doing, but something's going on in theaters for it.
Yep.
Moving on, or do you have anything else besides I get on to some other TV talk?
When do you want to do the box office?
After TV talk, once I'm done.
All right.
I sent you a photo, and I'd love this to interact with the upcoming movie Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Was that photo
With the kids?
and the counterpart? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So in this photo, shows the kid from Batman Begins. I can't remember what happens in it because it's been a while since I've seen Batman Begins. And
Batman gives him his grappling gun.
Okay, and people say that is in
Supposed to be Dick Grayson.
Yeah, supposed to be Dick Grayson grown up in the third one.
Yeah.
Then moving to Jurassic Park.
Yep.
The Raptor kid that I forget
In the first movie.
Yeah, who they're saying that's Owen from Jurassic World, which the timeline there does suggest.
That'd be kind of cool.
And he loves raptors now.
Yep.
That's the thing. So in Iron Man 2, when all the metal Iron Men from each brand of the military are attacking, there's a little kid outside with an Iron Man mask that's about to get blown up, and Tony Stark saves him and tells him, "Good job, kid."
Yeah.
And people are now speculating that is Tom Holland, Peter Parker.
Oh.
The timeline does suggest it can be. It's a good 10-year, maybe not 10-year, but still a decent amount, because Tom Holland's character is like a 15-year-old kid.
Huh.
People are speculating that could have been Tom Holland. If so, that'd be a nice little tie-in, because you have Iron Man in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
That'd be a very amazing tie-in.
That's kind of cool.
So I had to add that. That's been all over, blowing up social media and
Yep.
the internet. Then to finish off TV talk, I have to say, because we weren't here or maybe we were, I don't know if we mentioned, but Adam West passed away. I think we mentioned it on the last show.
Yes. The show is dedicated to Adam West, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, Adam West is a big character in the animated series Family Guy. He is Mayor Adam West. And people were asking, so what's this mean for the next season of Family Guy coming this fall? Family Guy has announced he's actually in 5 more episodes. They pre-filmed, it must be. But they don't know yet how they're going to basically kind of kill off his character. But I like the touch of kind of tributing this next season to Adam West. It's a nice touch. This is what Adam West did with his career at the end. So, I mean, yes, he's well known for being Batman in the 60s, but a lot of people know him and loved him as Mayor Adam West.
Right.
So, nice little touch with that. They're also trying to do something, I believe, with Carrie Fisher, because she's had a reoccurring role in Family Guy too with a character.
Really?
So, we'll see. So
Yeah, I don't watch Family Guy. Oh, so I don't know.
yeah, so I mean, it was a nice little touch, I think. So, That's it for TV talk for me for right now. So, box office heroes, my favorite subject.
Box office heroes.
If I'm right with this number one, I'm going to be a little upset, but we'll see. Number 3, I'm going with a movie I really want to see called Baby Driver.
Okay.
Number 2, Transformers: The Last Knight, because I heard it hasn't been that great. And number 3, I'm going with Despicable Me 3.
3 or 1?
Oh, 3 was Baby Driver, Transformers was 2, number 1 is Despicable Me 3.
Dude, you're getting good at this.
So,
All 3 movies are in the top 3, just the wrong order.
okay.
Number 3 was Transformers.
Okay.
Last night at 17 million. Number 2 was Baby Driver at 21 million. But if you remember, as we reviewed the summer movies, we already knew this movie right here was going to be in the top 3.
So, that was, how much did Baby Driver get?
21.
Let me guess Despicable Me. I'm going 35.
Ready for this? 75.
Wow. Wow. I mean, when I looked at movies that have come in the last couple of weeks, I knew this was probably going to be number 1 because the Despicable Me franchise is big with people.
Yeah.
Nothing I care to watch, but wow.
Let me just tell you how much Michael Bay needs to stop Transformers movies. All right? Transformers made 17 million. Despicable Me made 75.
Yes, but how long has Transformers has been out for 2 more weeks than Despicable Me?
Right.
That's the thing. Our numbers aren't worldwide. The last since it's been out, it's just
I wonder
been.
how much they made, though.
Have you heard that this may be the last Transformers movie, though?
No.
I
heard 2 more.
Really, because I've heard this may be the last.
I heard 2 more. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I don't know why he wants to keep going on, but hey.
There was something I wanted to add to it, and now I can't remember. I'm literally having a brain fart. But I'm also trying to talk while you're looking on your phone here.
About the movies?
Yes. So how much has it made worldwide so far?
Still trying to bring up the page.
Okay, well then let's move on because I don't want to be a giant pause here.
Move on.
Well, what's your next topic? I have box office heroes, and then I have the main event.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Okay.
Let's see if else want to go on.
This has been,
It's been a very productive show today.
It's not that. We haven't been here because we had a little break going on, and I'm being a little dumbfounded here, I guess.
You're all right.
Main event time. Power Rangers, the movie Power Rangers, came out on DVD.
Which, who would have thought this would have been our main topic for any show at all?
And I rented it, and I told you we should watch it. So we watched it. We gave it grades at the end of watching it. I gave the movie a B-. What would you give it? I have it at a B- because it was good, but I know there's improvements.
There is way more improvements. It's a solid C.
And the thing is, though, you did state, off camera here, you did state that it wasn't that bad of a movie.
No, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
So, just a quick glance at it while you're looking up that, I'll just state, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, well, turn off the TV. Or
don't turn the TV off.
Sorry, yeah, I shouldn't say that. Or fine, turn off YouTube.
Hit the mute button.
Okay. So it starts off in the Cenozoic period.
That's good, because I'm looking at the time right now.
Okay.
Let's not, break down the movie.
Okay.
Review the whole movie.
Yeah.
Let's just do the points of the movie right now,
Okay.
So I have notes for us.
Yes, please, because
everyone's probably seen the movie by this point anyways.
I'd hope so.
So I want to bring up the first point. Their powers. The super strength, right?
Yes.
That's what they get.
Yeah.
The only reason I see the point of this was to give the Rangers a means to enter the ship. And that was it.
Well, they don't get super strength yet.
To enter the ship, they did. Because they fell down, and then they swam, and then they all this other stuff to get into the ship. That was really...
Well, the super strength's there, too, because look who you're facing. The Putty Patrol is not our Putty Patrol. They're made out of, giant boulders, and they're, 7-8 feet tall.
Yeah.
What is this, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, The powers. Do you?
No. I hate the powers.
It was redonkulous. It didn't need to happen.
The original Rangers did not have powers. These guys do not need powers. Where'd they learn martial arts too? All of a sudden, I understand they trained, but the original Rangers actually took part in martial arts tournaments. Or Kimberly was a gymnast.
Well, let's break it down. Jason, he was
star.
an athlete.
Yep.
So he is tough, so he knows how to throw a punch, right?
Yes.
So that's fine.
Yeah, Billy's the nerd.
I'll buy him as be able to fight, you know?
Yeah.
Billy was the nerd in the movie.
Great job with the kid who played Billy.
He did a great job. He really did.
Did exactly everything Billy in the original series did, and that's talk.
And I think, well, let's just break it down. I think the robot trained all of them to fight anyways, you know?
Yeah, Alpha trained him.
So Alpha did the storyline of how they want to fight. Alpha taught them how to fight.
Yeah.
You know? But I liked how they focused mostly on Billy's training. Because he was the nerd who could not fight, you know? So the whole training sequence, it was him getting his butt kicked most of the time.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated.
And he's the one who gets killed too by Rita. Let's switch focus here from training to the crystals, or they call them their coins.
The coins.
The original series has what's called power coins, and they're golden coins with their dinosaur on them.
Yes.
These are gold surrounding a gem in the middle. And they're from the Zeo crystal. The Zeo, everything Zeo goes into the second TV series, the Zeo Rangers. This is Mighty Morphin Rangers is what we're dealing with in the movie.
Right.
I didn't mind the touch or the fusion of Zeo and Mighty Morphin, because how it starts is Zordon is a Power Ranger in the Jurassic period and all that stuff. And him and his team are aliens. They could be the aliens from the Zeo TV series. And that's where you're getting the Zeo crystals and the coins and stuff like that. I don't mind that little infusion. We get right off too. Everyone wanted to know, is Rita the Green Ranger? Yes, she was. They tell you in the first 2 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't mind her being the Green Ranger. That wasn't a bad touch. I hated Goldar. Goldar is just this giant mound of gold. That's not what Goldar looks like. Goldar's a monster. He's not gold that's dripping down, looks like it's melting. I didn't like that. A lot of people were complaining about in the first look through the trailers, the Zords. I actually liked the Zords. I thought they were nice little touches.
Yep.
The suits, I didn't think the suits were that bad. For CGI...
After seeing the suits from the trailer to watching the movie, they weren't bad.
No.
I guess because we have to change with the times, it's fine. I always like the spandex, though, honestly.
Oh, true.
You know?
It's the same
I'm
thing.
always passionate towards the spandex Rangers than these, like, robot kind of suit-looking things. But it is different times. We have to make the change.
It's the times when you grow up. We enjoy the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, people in the actual suits, compared to CGI turtles.
Yep.
The one big thing I want to get into, since we're talking about the suits, as you mentioned, while they're fighting the Putty Patrol and before they're in their Zords, their masks are on.
Yep.
Second they get into the Zords, masks come right off. And I told you while I was leaving your place from watching the movie, I said, this is something you complained about before, and I can't remember what movie it was from. So the last couple of nights I'm thinking about it, and I remember. And it was either in Avengers Age of Ultron or Civil War, one of them. I think it was Age of Ultron. Captain America doesn't wear his mask like the entire movie. And that's a big thing with Captain America, especially when they get into Civil War, talking about the secret identities and stuff like that. And you complain so much about him never wearing his mask. And it was the same thing. Because, like I said, people are social media-ing it, going snap, 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 with the Zord standing there. You don't think anyone can zoom in and look through the window who you are?
Yeah.
I'm like...
like I said, it wasn't a terrible movie, you know? It shockingly surprised me how well this movie was.
Okay.
It wasn't awesome. There's things I would change on it.
Oh, there's a lot.
It wasn't, like, god awful terrible like I thought it would be.
Your thoughts when I told you, do you want to watch the movie? And what were you? What was your excitement kind of level? Were you really like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's something to watch?
Kind of.
And at the end of it, you were paying more attention to it.
Yeah.
I will get into. You did mention there's a lot. They don't morph until the last 20 minutes of the movie,
Which is lame.
It is. Like I said, they have to do that because it's the very first movie, and they're trying to get more depth into each character, and their personas, like with Jason and Kimberly, kind of getting a little relationship there.
Yep.
But we know it's always Tommy and Kimberly. Zach and Trini, kind of A big thing with Billy, that was great. And they even got into Zordon. What was Zordon's mission? He wanted them to morph so he could get out of his little wall thing.
The whole wall enclosure.
Which was, that played a big role into them morphing, because the only way they can morph is if they all kind of got on the same bandwagon, they're on the same page. And it wasn't until Rita kills off Billy and Zordon sacrificing himself from getting free from his prison and giving his life force basically to Billy to bring him back. That's how they morph.
Yep.
Getting to the morphing, I said to myself, if they don't add the words, it's morphing time in this movie, I'm done.
You're done.
I'm sorry, but every Ranger TV series has some kind of catchphrase to morph.
Yeah.
Jason says it, but it didn't get me excited. If he had just, it's morphin' time kind of thing, just like the original Jason.
Something more exciting.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, guys, it's morphin' time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
come on.
It was too calm and collected.
The second they morph, that's when the attitude and the excitement of the movie hit, and they come jumping out of the water. They're fighting the Putty Patrol. They jump in.
Which brings me to my next topic, was for me, there was not enough hand-to-hand combat. And the minions did look cheesy, right?
Yes.
The problem I have with that is that they should look cheesy. They should look cheesier than they looked. Because that's what got me excited about
Well, the
original...
The Putty Patrol was always cheesy.
Yeah. But what got me into the original Power Rangers was the cheesiness of the show.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed that. And I thought Jason took the role a little too serious and not enough cheesiness. Because he should have said, it's morphin' time, something like...
Yeah.
Loud, excited, instead of saying like casual and cool like he did.
Because I want to see it. It's morphin' time, and then they say Mastodon, Triceratops, Saber-tooth Tiger, Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. That's. I will say there were some Easter eggs. Alpha, when they're training against the Putty Patrol, tells them to beat them, you need to hit them dead center. That's how you beat the Putty Patrol in the original series. You aim for the little triangle thing on their chest. So that was a nice little Easter egg. So there's the morphin thing. Let's get into the base, because like you said, they need their powers to get into the base.
That's the only reason why they needed them.
The base is pretty bad. When you get into it, it's pretty neat. It's like the original base. It's all space stuff.
Yep.
But I like the up. I really wanted to. I thought we were going to see it when they're going through the mountains and the mines and stuff like that. I thought we were going to see Zordon's little spaceship base kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, it's all underground.
Yep.
I mean, it could change in the sequel, but I want to finish. We'll finish with the sequel. Anything else you want to add that you saw in the movie?
I thought the ending fight scene kind of dragged on a little too long for my liking.
Yes and no. I like the standoff when Goldar's pushing them into the pit. Mm-hmm. It's a nice... They're unified there, and that's how they transform into the Megazord. They're unified.
Yeah.
So I didn't like the way the Megazord looked. It's just a giant black Zord.
Yeah.
Whole thing with the Megazord is you see the different colors, and you actually... I wanted to see the transformation.
It wasn't corny enough, right?
No.
The movie... I don't say this normally, but this movie needed more corniness.
I wanted to see... I mean, the Zords had the colors.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But when they morph into the Megazord, all those colors go away. When you see the original Megazord, you see blue leg, yellow leg for the Triceratops and the Saber-tooth Tiger. You see the T-Rex as the main body. you see the mastodon kind of gets the arms and a shield.
Yep.
And then the pterodactyl is the head.
Yep.
Pterodactyl isn't the head, it's swords. He has double swords.
Okay.
I don't like the double swords. And could Rita maybe have grown herself too to make it better? She kind of just fuses with Goldar.
Yeah.
At the end, though, I'll take it. She jumps at them, and they kind of just smack her up into space.
Right.
I did notice, so they want Rita to surrender and give the staff and her green crystal to them. When she's floating in space heading towards the moon, she doesn't have the staff, but it didn't show the Rangers with the staff either. This moves on to the mid-season, the mid-credit thing.
Yes.
Where in detention, they do attendance and they ask for Tommy Oliver. He's not there, but it shows at his desk his green jacket, and that's how it ends.
Yep.
If they want to go ahead and make the sequel, they need to watch the 6-part episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when Tommy comes in and Rita gives him the crystal. Mm-hmm. But that's how I want to know. So where's the green crystal? How's he going to get a hold of it? There was talk that the sequel wasn't going to happen because it was a box office flip of the numbers. It was a $100 million budget. Right now, worldwide, the movie's made $140 million. But now that the movie's come out on DVD and Blu-ray, they're hoping for more money, and all of the accessories and stuff like the toys and all that is what is making big money right now. And there's a video game coming out. So it looks like we're probably going to get a sequel, and there's talk about Lord Zed coming into the sequel.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Rita even explains the big Zeo crystal that she's trying to go after. She tells them that others will come after it. Mm-hmm. Hint, hint, Lord Zed.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you said it was a flop in the box office. What makes you think it's a flop? For me, I think it was a rating. I think it was too high a rating for what should be a family-friendly movie for all ages.
I don't know. I think a lot of kids might have wanted to go see it because it's Power Rangers.
Yeah.
But I think what made it a flop is look at the people who grew up, our generation, with Power Rangers. The good Power Rangers, not what they're showing on TV now where they change it up every year.
Yeah.
People were probably expecting more Mighty Morphin Power Rangers than what we got, I guess. Maybe there's a lot of people that aren't still into the CGI effects.
Maybe it was what we talked about earlier in the episode, the trailer.
Oh, massive.
Maybe the trailer killed this movie.
Could be.
Like, the trailer could kill Jumanji.
I think if they do the sequel, there's a lot they can take from what they've learned with this and make the sequel something that stands out to be something great. Where in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for instance, I think Out of the Shadows, the second one, was much better. They
One of your mistakes.
They redid their mistakes. They actually made the turtles smaller.
They did.
So, could happen.
Yep.
Release date for it, if it does happen, I'm probably, on my guess,
2020.
I was going to say 2019, 2020, somewhere around there.
That's what I'm guessing too.
So, because they can't really, right now you can't fight with Marvel going on with Infinity Wars coming up. So,
No.
So, though, I want the movie. I wouldn't mind owning the movie.
I actually may go buy this movie.
Is it one you'd let your kids watch someday?
Yes.
Okay.
I think a few of them would enjoy it.
Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles someday? I know you said no when the first one came out a couple years ago, but
I'm just so embarrassed what they did with it.
yeah. Okay. Well, we're being told that's just about a wrap.
Yeah. We're getting.
So thanks for watching this episode. Nothing on tap yet for the next episode. We still have to figure that out. Maybe if we see Spider-Man: Homecoming, I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe a special guest.
Maybe. So again, don't forget this episode. Every other episode you can watch on our Facebook page and YouTube page at Legends of the Nerds. Follow us on Twitter. We don't know yet if we're going to Comic-Con. It's a yes or no yet. I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but we're talking about going to Plattsburgh Comic-Con too.
We are.
Maybe. I don't know what we're going to do. We'll see.
on yet.
We'll see. And I want to say that either this episode or our next episode is number 60, which is
Something like that, right?
so, I mean, it's getting up there. So thanks everyone for watching, and remember, stay nerdy.